Hey yo, what's good? Ms.Fit, Murder F Gang. This is my dumb advice. Hey yo, what's good? Ms.Fit, Murder F Gang. This is my dumb advice. What's poppin', y'all? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? What is poppin'? We back. I don't know what happened. Little glitch in the system there happened. But we here, y'all. What's good, man? How y'all feeling? We gonna have a nice night today. We have Frak in the building today. If y'all unfamiliar with Frak, he is a battle rapper, music artist, dope personality. As I checked on all his videos and things like that, definitely a unique character in the game. Not character, but you know what I mean. They're definitely a unique person. He got a lot of attention. If you don't know him, he got so much attention during the King of the Dot Grand Prix tournament. And it was like huge controversy over that because the fans and everybody watching believed that he was jerked of a win when he battled Dizaster and clearly won. I was watching, I was tuned in, and yeah, I mean, I agree. I think he changed the game for everybody though in that tournament where they upped everything after that. They got different judges. They were more. I think they even got more judges. It became, a serious thing. It's like, look, there's 50K on the line. Y'all can't be making fuck ups like that. You know what I mean? It just can't be fuck ups like that. Like, you don't. So, from then I kind of wanted to talk to him more one-on-one and just, I was really interested. I wanted to know more. And, that's why I got him on the show today. I really appreciate the guy for coming through. Let's get it. You know what I mean? Without further ado, let's get this shit popping. Show some love to the prop gang, baby. Let's get it. Ooh. Y'all know what's up with the props. Hey, gonna get the curls right. Get it poppin'. Get it poppin'.
Hey, yo, does this work? You can hear me?
Let's get it. Yo, what up, Frak? Everybody throw a thumbs up if y'all hear Frak in the building. Throw the thumbs up in the chat.
We good. We live. We lit.
We lit.
We got Frak Hoffa and Ms.Fit. It's just like usual times,
Right. This is a MEO right now. All right. We got thumbs up, man. Excited to have you on, man. How you doing? How you feeling?
Life is swell, man.
Good.
Can't complain at all.
Dope, man. So what's the latest from Mr. Frak Hoffa from Frak? What's the latest and greatest, man? What you been doing?
Man, yeah, just talking about that controversy. It all kind of worked out for me in the long run because I had this album I'd been working on for a couple years that I was like slated to drop right afterwards. So it ended up being
B-list celebrities.
Yeah, that's the B-list celebrities joint. I got the little vinyl on me, you feel me?
Yes, man. Check out B-list celebrities at frakmusic.com, right?
Okay, you did your research.
Yes, frakmusic.com. I checked out a couple of joints on there too, you know what I'm saying? Pretty dope shit. So what was the inspiration for that album?
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I made a song called Draymond Green, which was about Draymond. And it got some traction in the Bay Area, and it ended up playing at the Oracle Arena during the Warriors final run in like 2016, 2017. Dope. And I thought on the marketing level, it was a good idea to like name a song after a person. Mm-hmm. And then just on the creative level, I wanted to challenge myself on this project to do something cohesive, make something where every song was related to each other and had some type of tying concept. So it wasn't like Draymond because the songs on B-list celebrity aren't actually about the celebrities. They're just kind of like abstract, concepts to tie everyone together. And it worked out well. Like we got like the Aubrey Plaza joint we had Aubrey Plaza
Hmm.
responding to it, and we got Gilbert Gottfried to respond to one of them.
Oh
He's
yeah,
like,
dope,
I
dope,
heard
dope.
he was like, I heard fracking was awful for the planet, but now I really know why. You know, he did a whole
Oh,
little
that's super
reaction.
dope. Yeah, Judge Judy,
Right.
Macaulay Culkin. I thought that was dope.
Yeah,
I
we
thought
got
that
the
was
little merch for it too. Got the Macaulay
fire.
Culkin t-shirts and the Judge Judy t-shirts.
Fire. Also available on the website, yo. So check that out, man. Show love, support them. You know what I mean? Support good work. Cause obviously,
Yeah,
music is
everyone who
different.
tweets me, everyone who tweets me every day that I got robbed for 50K, stop complaining and support the boy on the
Right, right.
music
Get them
and the
that
merch.
50K in a
You know,
different
have to
way.
play a part.
Facts. Yeah, man. How did the tournament even come about to you? Like, how did they present it to you? Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was actually a big part of it because Twitch and King of the Dot really reached this like partnership in the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
So they put it on the West Coast guys first because we're known for freestyling. We had 2.5 weeks to prep. Like me and Diz was on 2.5 weeks prep. All those battles were. So they hit me and I was about to say no. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because I was like, I had the album coming. I was like, I don't know if I'll have the sustainability. And then J Pro texted me, "You got Diz first round." I was like, I
We
can't say
gotta
no
do
at this point. It's like
it.
it's a win-win, right? Like no matter what happens in this battle, like even if I get destroyed, that's what's supposed to happen. If I win, I surprise the world. I even had the all the parallel universe in my brain where I would get robbed and still win, and how that would be good for me in itself too. Like I expected that in a way. So
Right.
yeah, I definitely was like, let's do it. Fuck it, 2.5 weeks.
Fire. So damn, does it usually like how long does it usually take you to prepare? Like on average?
Usually a month at least. Yeah, I like taking my time with it. But, I come from freestyle battling, so I have the ability to do the short prep, but like it was stressful as fuck. I was in the dungeon. I was in the dungeon thinking about Diz, trying to rip my head off. It was anxiety inducing, but it worked out, man.
Nah, that's tough even for myself. Like 2 weeks, man. I would have probably had to turn it down. 2 weeks. Cause I like to do the freestyle too, but never 3 rounds of it. You know what I mean? It's more
Right.
so like the rebuttals, maybe
Yeah.
like a little bit in the middle, at the end, in the beginning, maybe a little bit of that. But shit, that's talent, man. That's fire. And to give the performance that you gave, I'm not gonna lie, like you won. Yeah, you won that battle, man. Yeah. And the note in your pocket thing, man. Obviously, I feel like anyone who ever interviewed you probably asked you the same question. Like, what like where you had three of them too. So even if he would have got rid of that one, you had another option. How did that come to mind? Or you just know this is predictable?
Yeah, well, so it's two things made me able to predict the behavior. One was in the Soulcon battle, he did something similar.
Mm,
Where he ripped, like Soulcon brought some file out and he ripped it up. And
mm.
I was
Yeah,
like,
he
Soulcon, you
did.
gotta know, like it's Diz, you know what I mean? And then the second thing is he had just been on IG every day posting about COVID, how it's this big government conspiracy,
Mm.
and I knew he would be sensitive about that topic. I didn't know he would be that sensitive, you know what I mean? Like I think he'd be the full like brolic, like this Dr. Fauci shit got a pissed, but I knew it would work in one way or another, and I definitely I definitely brought a couple graphs thinking this may or may not happen, but if it does, it's gonna be a
It's
moment.
gonna
You know what
work.
I mean?
Yeah, for real. It was definitely a room shaker, and I'm watching, and I'm like, oh shit, like, and to be honest, like, I hadn't seen much of your other battles before, so for me, it was like, oh shit, like, it was a great experience for me to see you in that way, to be introduced to you in that way. So obviously after that, I went back, watched the tapes, and I was like, oh shit, dope. You know what I mean? What was your first like battle? When did that happen?
Man, so like in the written format or like how I started.
Well, all right, we'll take it from when you started. So like the whole concept of were you doing music first or were
Yeah,
you?
yeah. I started doing music, and then they were having these competitions in the Bay Area through an organization called Youth Speaks, which I later ended up working for. They do like youth poetry slams, ciphers, rap battles, whatever. There's this thing called the MC Olympics, and I won the MC Olympics I think when I was 15. But I wasn't on no battle shit. It was more like conscious raps, you know what I mean? And then 17, I won the national MC Olympics. So it was like, you know, a bunch of people from all over, like Philly, Atlanta, like Africa, like people had like representative center rapper in, and I won that when I was a kid. And one of the judges was this dude, Jamie the Wolf, who like some of the old head battle fans might know from. You ever heard of Tourette's Without Regrets, Misfit?
Tourette's Without Regrets. No. Is that from him? From
Yeah, so basically, like it's Cuddy. Not many people know about it, but it's like where Thesaurus, Madness, like kind of the West Coast freestyle shit, like pre-Scribble Jam. That's where they were battling. Like,
Gotcha.
and it's this like I gotta describe it to you. You would really enjoy it, Lucky, from what I know of you, because it's like this like burlesque circus fire show with like hella nudity, a bunch of queer people, a bunch of like it's like a weird ass like Oakland culture, titties on fire, like variety show.
Dope.
And basically, there's freestyle battles at the end of every one. So he was one of the judges at MC Olympics, and he came up to me. He's like, "Hey, you're not 18 yet, yada yada, but we can sneak you in. Come freestyle battle." And I started freestyle battling there at Tourette's, even though I really wasn't trying to be on no battle shit. Like the vibe there was so positive. It was like 500 people crowds. It was a good way to like sell my little CDs that I was trying to push at the time. And from there, I started getting into it. And then like I think Dirtbag Dan was at one of the events, and he kind of recruited me to his written league, and that's when I started doing the written shit.
Dope, dope, dope. Shout out to Dirtbag Dan, and he definitely one of those guys.
Yeah, shout out to Dan.
For real. So you did your first written battle against who?
Shit. It was his name was Robo, and I actually was like, I really didn't know what I was getting into. Like I freestyled most of it, and like I lost actually. Um, and but Dan knew about me on the bass scene and about like my music at the time, which was already kind of here. So he then like was like, I'm gonna take you under my wing and book you some bigger battles. So then he booked me a bigger battle. And then my third battle ever, like I got escalated super quickly, and I battled as the opening card on Diz versus Jonai. Diz versus Jonai, you know that card in the Bay? It was like Diz versus Jonai, Caustic versus Big K, Daylight versus QP. I battled on that card as the opening battle, my third battle ever. I was super palms are sweaty, but I battled this fool Coma, and I ended up winning that, and that's kind of when I started on my KOTD trajectory.
Dope, 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 dope. How did you come up with the name Frak? They asked it in the chat.
That's my
real name.
That's my last name, like cut in half. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, did you always go by that?
Yeah, it was a nickname before it was a rap name, and it was just kind of like, fuck it.
That works. All right, that answer your question, my guy. Yeah, they like, hey, Frak and Fit. It sounds like a team.
That's our 2-on-2 name.
Right, Frak Fit, Fit Frak, Frak and Fit. But that's dope. Isn't like so? Obviously, well, not obviously, but most of us, like me, right? I got into battle rap kind of to like boost my music career and kind of like get into that. So like, did you ever wanna? Was that primarily obviously when you said, yo, yeah, this would, show my skill? I didn't really think about it. But now, being the industry that it is now, like, are you considering would you ever consider just doing battle rap only?
That's a good question. No, I would say no. Like my main creative like drive is through the music. You know what I'm saying? Like if it were to be one, I would choose music all day. You know what I mean? Like I see battle rap as a promotional tool for the music, and I also do like skits and cartoons and other shit, and the battle fans kind of feed into that rather than the other way around. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I love battle rap, I love the culture, and no matter what, I'd be a fan and involved in it. But if I had to let go one, it would definitely be battles. Like music is my main passion, and like up until this Diz battle, I was way had way more fans as a musician than a battler. You know, battling was just some shit I did on the side, and then this Diz battle kind of like was like, okay, the battle fans kind of came in, and as you probably seen, like it's hard to cross them over. It's hard to get the battle fans to support the music, but
Facts.
after this whole controversy, I was like really like optimistic about that shit. I think we're in an era right now where like you see it all the time. Like the biggest musicians are fucking gamers and TikTokers and people who do other shit. You know what I
True.
mean? And to see like all those battle fans come over and support and be like, I want to support him and his other shit. It was like a cool sign to be like, okay, I think if I keep doing both, they really like weave into each other. Like you don't need to choose.
Dope. Yeah, I feel the same way. I felt like it was tough, like primarily kind of like, hey, listen to my music, cause like battle rap fans would be real hard online, man. When's your next battle? When's your next battle? I'll be promoting the album, and we're like, all right, that's cool, but when's your next battle? So yeah, to be able to do that successfully is an accomplishment within itself. You know what I mean?
Man, you can't even post your kid without them being like,
Fa-
you bodied Farrah, like
right, right,
just trying
right.
to wish my kid happy birthday.
Right, right. It's like, man, facts. That's a fact. But I love it too. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like they're super passionate about it. We have really passionate fans that sometimes it's like a troll situation because you'll get trolled just as hard as you'll get praised. But I guess it's like good and bad that comes with everything that we kind of do, right? You know what I mean? Um, would you ever consider coming on the URL side of things?
This has been honestly something I've been thinking about because they hit me after the Diz battle.
Yeah,
Daylight's always trying to troll, so he put me in a group text with one of the guys from URL, and
dope.
they were interested in having me. Um, so it's more me wrestling with. I mean, obviously, I want to like
Hmm.
URL's the biggest league.
Yeah,
I'm a massive like that'd be bucket list shit for me. You know what I
yeah,
mean to battle
for
on URL, and
sure.
I definitely want to. But then I think the flip side of it is like with this whole app, I feel like these new guys like Real Sick and Kid Chaos and these guys that I'm seeing who are really dope. None of them have been seen on YouTube. You know what I mean? None of them have been seen on YouTube. Like you have to pay $8 a month to URL to know who these people are, which is like if their goal, which I think a lot of their goal is to be respected in the culture, or even if their goal is to make money, like
Hmm.
fire, like do that. But for me, my goal is to widen my reach, you know what I mean, and big and like make my platform bigger. And I feel like being subjected to the app and only being seen by those people does the opposite of that. You know what I mean? Um, even though it is the biggest league, it's like the
Hmm.
app is smaller than it. So it's something I've been thinking about is like, do I want to do that for the respect but sacrifice some of the reach? You know what I mean?
Gotcha. But what about caffeine? Most of them battle live on caffeine and kind of um, expand their reach in that way, right?
Yeah.
So if people are like catching the live streams, then yeah, that's the love right there. But you are right. Like there's an app situation that is an ongoing conversation where it's like, hey, if these rappers that came out earlier in time, they probably would be a lot bigger than what they are now because people are not seeing their battles if they're not catching the live event. You know what I mean? But so that's a good point. Um, but I'm pretty sure like yeah, did they offer you a specific person?
No, no, it was more just like general talks. I think what they were trying to do is get me in their tournament. You know what I
Ah,
mean? 'Cause it'd be the ultimate flex of like King of the Dot fucked them over in their
yeah,
tournament, but we got them in Ultimate
yeah,
Madness
that'd be
too.
dope. That'd be dope. Nah, man, I
But
think
I
I think
feel
you
like
should do it.
I'm a little like washed from the tournaments in general. You know what I mean? Like, like
You like
I'm
man?
still traumatized from the decision. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I want to do a tournament, but I would definitely battle on like a band or one of those Born Legacies or something like that. Like, and I
Yeah.
don't even give a fuck. I'd do a PG as long as I know it was dropping.
Oh,
You know,
right,
like,
right.
and as long as it was against someone dope that I'm inspired by. But I think that King of the Dot also has like after this tournament has like really dope people they want me to battle. They want me to like start hitting the bigger names too. So I think
Gotcha.
I'm always down to do as many leagues as I can.
Or
Yeah.
yeah, whatever look is good for your brand. Yeah, I agree. Um, that's dope. So who's on your hit list?
Mm.
The hit list. The bang bang bang. Who's the hit list?
All right, we're gonna make this a Misfit exclusive.
Facts. Let's get it.
I haven't formalized this, but some battles I think would be dope. On King of the Dot, the person that I think I want to battle the most is Sharon.
Shit,
I
real.
think that I think that'd be a really crazy matchup. He seemed pretty bummed out after his real deal,
Yeah.
like retire or something. But every time a battle rapper says they retire, it's just a cry for attention. They just want people to say, "Hey,
Don't retire.
don't retire. We love you, man." You know, and they just want the
Facts.
positive feedback. So I'll say Sharon. Also King of the Dot. I would say I want to battle A Ward
Mm-hmm.
uh, or Loso. I mean, I think both of them are really dope and have a brand outside of battle rap. And you know, the Christian Jewish thing obviously is like a viral,
Yes.
but also
Facts.
just like in general, I think it'd be like a good rapping. You know.
Yeah, I'd
Am
love
I
to see
freezing
that.
for you? You low key froze on me.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, I'm back.
In the chat, everybody, we good in the
Um,
chat? Stream good? All right, cool. I hope so. Throw a thumbs up
let's
if the
see.
stream is good. They
And
said,
then I think on like other league shit, I'd be down to battle like someone like Bill Collector. I think that would be a hilarious matchup.
Bill
I've always
Collector.
wanted to battle fucking John the Don. I think that'd be hilarious. And let's see, am I missing anyone? Oh, and for the British battle fans, I want to battle Shuffle T.
Shuffle T. Dope. All right, so
You think I'm missing anyone?
we got Sharon, A Ward, Loso, Bill Collector, John, and Shuffle T. In the
Yeah,
chat
that's a
said
good list.
they said they want to shoot a battle Shotgun Suge. I wouldn't have thought that first. They like, yeah, go against Shotgun.
Hey, if I battled Shotgun Suge, I would just come with like crazy pocket protectors. Like I could come with like mechanisms that would just like grab his hand and let you know. What I'm saying?
That'd be dope. Just tape up your pockets or something, or just have Matt like fucking bolts and chains and shit around your pockets. Fucking Shotgun Suge. But nah, I think all of these would be dope. Matchups. That I think you and Bill Collector would actually be real fire. Like that'd be, and I think it'd be hilarious too. Not just
He's
good.
got like honestly, he's an inspiration to me because he combines humor with like good rapping. Like a lot of the people who are funny in battle rap don't really rap. You know, it's like
Mm,
they're giving punchlines off, but like Bill Collector like uses rhythm and humor, and like that's what I'm trying to do too. You know.
dope. You've already battled you battled Thesaurus, right?
Yeah.
That's the huge battle. You battled Thesaurus, XL,
Mm-hmm.
um,
And
and
bricks.
bricks. Bricks, I'm not 100% familiar with, but obviously Thesaurus is fucking huge.
Bricks was you probably know Bricks from like he's one of the original Sons. Like he battled Surf back in the day, and like him and like QP and shit started the Sons.
Dope. What'd you think about your performance versus Thesaurus?
It was dope, man. Like for me, like first of all, the fact that I battled Source and Diz in like 1 year is like mind blowing to me because those two dudes were like, you know, when I started watching
Yeah.
battle, like, I would have never believed I would battle those dudes back to back, let alone back to back. But Thesaurus is like one of the people that really inspired me to start. So getting the chance to face up against him, like you see in the battle, it's like some grandfather versus like grandson shit. Is like the whole time, you know what I mean? But the vibe in that battle was really good. I think most people had me edging 2-1, but like no one really lost that battle. Like it was like
It's a
he got me
debatable.
on the first, I got him in the second with the Christopher Columbus angle, and then the third is really debatable. So I think that's just a good one for fans to go back and rewatch.
For the culture.
Yeah.
They said Frak's hype man was too funny.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's my boy SM. Anyone who knows battle rap, look up SM. He battles too. He's hilarious, and he's a really dope rapper. But he just kept on taking off my beanie and throwing it different places and just yelling at me. It was like amazing.
Hilarious. So, I have a question that I ask everybody who comes up here. 4-4 challenge. So pretty much is the battle rapper you like for what purpose, right? So, what battle rapper you like for laughs, which you love them, they're funny, you think they're the funniest battle rapper ever. What battle rapper do you like for bars? What battle rapper you like for now, meaning they're probably dope right now but they won't last. It's always that one, right? And then the last one is the battle rapper you have in your top 5 forever.
Mm.
So four.
Okay, the battle rapper I like for laughs. I might have to say, bro, cutty ass reference. I'm gonna say this dude. You probably haven't heard of him. He's this dude Ogmios from the UK.
Agmias.
Yeah, Ogmios. No one really knows this dude, but he raps like he's a fucking monk. Like he like clowns people from like this meditative state. Like he's amazing. Y'all have to go watch him.
Yeah.
And the homie Dunch also is a really funny dude that I think people should get put on too.
So if you guys heard of in the chat, if you heard of what is it, Agmias? If you heard of Agmias, throw a prop.
Yeah, Ogmios.
And let me know who's your most favorite funny battle rapper with a prop.
I've been watching the weird. You watch the weird battle rap too. You watch like the UK shit and like the Australian battle rap and the.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm kind of like just looking for like random inspiration that just like weird shit, like sometimes I come across it, but I'm definitely gonna check him out. I'm gonna check him out because it sounds funny as fuck.
Yeah, Dunge battled Mike P in a really funny battle. That's a good one.
Oh, he battled Mike P, that guy.
Yeah, on iBattle.
Got you. Shout out to iBattle.
Bars, okay, bars. Bars. I would say Ilmac. I think Ilmac is the nicest pen, and everyone talks about pens. They talk about Chilla, JC, who obviously are amazing writers, but they do a certain style of like associative wordplay, like kind of elongated punchlines. To me, like I like writers who do more than that, who are able to like, to me the sign of a good writer is someone who can do the metaphors and shit, but also like have an angle, like crack a joke, do a rhyme scheme that's crazy. And to me, Ilmac does everything, you know what I mean? So he's probably my favorite pen.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I like Ilmac. He was like probably amongst like when I was rapping on Grind Time, he was one of the guys that I knew first, for sure.
Yeah.
That's dope. So we got two, and the next one would be for now. Who you like for now? Like it's usually like it's kind of like one hit wonder guys. Like it's like, all right, cool, we like this guy right now, but he ain't gonna be no, he ain't gonna be no misfit. You know what I mean? Like.
That's a tough one. Who's buzzing right now that I don't even think is that fire? I feel like there's a bunch of the URL dudes who I'm like, I feel that way about, like they're but like I really like the new guys like Kid Chaos, Real Sick, and Jay the Nightwing. I think all of them are future stars.
Yeah, I think Real Sick. I like Real Sick a lot amongst everybody you just mentioned. I even interviewed him, and I love him even more. Like I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's one of them ones. He has a really dope future ahead of him. Shit, I don't know who's only hot now. Like maybe someone like Your Honor or like one of those dudes. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, it's not the first time he was mentioned in this category. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give him like the 4-4, the crown of this question. He's the GOAT of this question. They always say Your Honor. But okay, Your Honor, that's fair. What about Your Honor that you feel like is like Eh.
I mean, I think he's tight right now. I just
Mm.
think like he's doing a he's doing a style that's been done. You know what I'm saying?
Point taken. And the last question is forever. Who would be in your top five no matter what? They are your
Probably
favorite.
Hollow. Probably Hollow.
Hollow the
He's one of
Dawn.
my favorite.
Yeah.
Also, one of the, I think the most underrated battle rappers of all time is Pass. I think people sleep on Pass. He'll always
Passer.
be in my top three for sure.
You know, they just asked me to end that in they asked me to add the most unrated in that question. Underrated. So I think it's cool that you kind of said that. It's a sign. I
Yeah,
probably should add
most
it.
underrated. I'd say Pass and what's his name? Nestle. Pass and Nestle to me are always gonna be the most underrated. And that's basically just league politics, like where they battled and all that shit. But
Facts.
like their work speaks for themselves.
Um, Hollow is my favorite too of all time. I think he's like one of my biggest inspirations, like coming into it. And definitely somebody who I got a lot of game from, like just like, oh, okay, like this is effective when he does this. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I like this style of shit. And you know, I always keep something in my head that he told me and never leaves my head. And he always just say, you know, if you do nothing else, just do one thing that no one will ever forget in that battle. And I've taken that and ran with it, and I always do like one thing that, like, if you didn't watch the Farrah battle, you know I threw money at her. You'll know that. You'll be like, oh, the girl that threw money at the bitch. Like, it's like, yeah, that's me. You know what I mean? Or, you know, just little shit. Oh, remember when you pulled out the iPad against Miss Hustle? You know, shit like that. So
Yeah, no, I mean, I relate to that because like the graph, if you think about it, like that's Hollow-esque. You know what I
yes,
mean? Like
yes.
it's all about like Hollow's always about understanding your opponent and predicting what they're gonna do and strategizing. And I think that's like he's playing mental chess. You know what I mean? And that's
Mm-hmm.
and he also like really early in my battle career, like before I had any views, he reached out to me and gave me a lot of game. And we're actually like working on a bunch of skits together.
Oh, dope,
Um,
dope.
to do on YouTube. I don't know if you saw this one, Fit, but it's on YouTube. It's called the White Battle Rapper Movie.
Yeah, I did see it actually. I did. Geechee Gotti is in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got G. But Hollow like really sat down and wrote that with me, and like he's really into like comedy and stuff like that. So he, you know, during the pandemic, we weren't able to shoot any, but we have like a lot of like ideas for skits that we want to do next year or this year.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, y'all should check that skit out. It's fucking hilarious. It's also on frakmusic.com, so check that out. That shit was dope. So okay, cool. That wraps up for 4-4. So Password, you say he was the most underrated, right? Why do you think that is exactly? Like, why do you feel like he hasn't had the just due as like a Hollow did Don?
Yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, some of it is his bad. Like every time he battled on URL, I don't think he had his best performance. You know what I mean? So and like that mattered. Like the culture, like if you're debuting on URL, you got
You
to
have
do
to
good.
go
You know,
crazy. Yeah.
Ilmax, my boy, and we talk about this all the time. He's like, if he's gonna do URL, he's got to do one that matters, and he's got to kill it. You know what I mean? Because the culture really cares about your URL debut.
Facts.
And I also think there's just like a lot of politics to like coasts and who succeeds and like he because he battled on Grind Time and King of the Dot and like that automatically gets associated with whiteness and suburbia. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he gets put in the category of that when reality he's like from fucking North Oakland and he's like more real than any of these dudes say. But like because of like the branding of King of the Dot and Grind Time and the way things worked, like uh that shit gets put on him as a stigma, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, which brings me to this question. Like, being white in battle rap, right? Do you see it as like an advantage or a disadvantage? Or like, you know, what can you say from that perspective?
It's funny because there's a quote from the White Battle Rapper movie. If I was in my Savage the Myth mode right now, I'd say, yeah, it's such a disadvantage. Like nobody cares about because I was just acting like a white victim. That like that was the whole joke of the
Mm-hmm.
skit. But in reality, man, like I don't think it's harder. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely like there's certain things that there are disadvantages to it, but that's also just because like to see it only in the lane of battle rap and not examine that in the context of society and all the privilege white people do have, and not be able to understand that it's like I feel like Pat Stay does this a lot in his rounds. A huge fan of Pat Stay, but he's always like, I'm the only white boy here riding by myself. And like everyone's like, yeah, it's like, so what, man? Like it's not like, to me that's just always like a cry for like, oh, I'm the victim here, where reality is like there's so many other advantages that have been able to get us to whatever point we're at. So I don't really trip on it. I definitely feel like there's certain stigmas about like being a king of the dot rapper that I don't like, you know what I mean? That like put me in a lane with fools who I just don't feel are like even rappers, you know what I mean? Are more like comedians. But I think that has more to do with less to do with whiteness and more to do with branding, you know what I mean?
True. I mean, but in reality, there are more white rappers on that side than URL, obviously. So I think that's what the two get kind of wrapped around each other. I mean, because I started on grind time, and I think the branding was like when I was going over to like Queen of the Ring and even URL, they're like, hey, you have to have a different kind of material to rap here, right? You can't come with that funny shit you was doing at grind time. But I saw that to be true, but not completely true. Cause I still crack jokes on bitches on Queen of the
I was
Ring.
about to say,
It
I feel
fucking
like
works.
I don't know from me watching your work, I feel like you've kind of always stayed the same,
Yeah,
right? Like
like I didn't
you,
alter anything from grind time to Queen of the Ring, but it was so much said to me like, oh, like don't do that, don't do that, like you're not gonna win this way, and like people would use it to discredit me, like, oh, she's funny, that's all she is, like, no, like I'm beating you because I'm good, and like it's not like I'm just saying jokes. That's what I don't like. And I think you touched on it a little earlier. Like people would just joke but not rap in it. You know what I mean? It's like not a rap. Like you have to be able to rap your jokes, where I think that's why I'm better at joking, cuz I can rap the joke and not just talk rap, which I hate talk rap.
right. And also like even to bring that point even further is like what is a joke? Like a joke is a punchline. Like a joke is a punchline, and the whole punchline back to back punch style, you're more of a comedian than anyone, because what you're doing is wordplay every bar. You're doing wordplay punch, which is like that's how comedians structure their set. Punchline, punchline, punchline. You know what I mean? It's like to me, in order to construct a good joke and not just punch, but like say have an angle or a point to it, you actually need to use rapping in a more unique way. You know what I mean? You need to. I mean, I think we're all doing punchlines. It all stems from the same art form. But if you're able to construct it in a way that's dope, like you're mastering the craft in a new way. You feel me?
Agreed. I agree. That's why I'm better than you hoes. No, but yeah, obviously it's a lot that comes with, cause I feel like, or what the argument is, right? Is like, some people have said, hey, being white in battle rap would make me like, all the jokes that come at me are kind of like based on me being white, right? Especially if you're battling in a ring where predominantly that's not the race, right? But some people will see it as an advantage as well, because it's kind of like you get to be, if you're good, then it's like, oh, like he is good and white. Like I don't know.
That was Sharon's whole gimmick, like smack
Yes,
killer. Like,
right.
look, I'm the skinny white guy on Smack. Watch me put these bigger guys in their place. You know what I mean? And that to me is like he used that to create an underdog effect, which gave him an advantage because all he had to do was be not whack. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Correct. Like correct. Do you ever get feedback from people saying like that you're appropriating the culture or anything like that? Have that ever been an issue to you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I come from like I was saying, youth speaks. Like I come from basically like working with mostly black people, like teaching kids around the Bay Area, like hip hop and poetry. So like that's always been a conversation and something to discuss. Is like, and to be honest, I think it's true. I think like all white people are appropriating hip hop, and
Mm,
I think there's a way to do it. Um, with respect, and there's a way to do it with intention, where you do the history and you understand that you're a guest in the culture. And I mean, hip hop has always been multicultural. It's always combined a bunch of different samples and cultures, and Latina people and Jewish people, and there's always been a combination. But you have to know that at the end of the day, hip hop is synonymous with black culture, and that you're walking into it. And when people give me that feedback, like I definitely don't trip, but I think most people know, the attitude and energy I'm coming with it. And I think, I get that energy back.
gotcha. Well said. Well said. Um, where are you originally from?
I'm from the Bay Area. I'm from San Francisco.
You've always been from there, like born and raised.
Yeah, yeah. Born and raised in the Bay, and then I was living in LA for a few years, but now I'm back here.
Cool. And how's that? Right, I'm over here East Coast Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? How we do it. How was growing up there for you? What was like, baby Frak like?
Yeah, baby Frak was
Yeah,
gassing, you know what I mean? Bars out the womb.
yeah.
But
Was it that way? Yeah.
no, I was always very musical, always trying to play with words and like doing improv acting shit, and always into that. My family, I'm half Peruvian, half Hungarian, so I got like some Latino in me, got some
Cool.
Jewish, some Ashkenazi Jew in me, so kind of had like a multicultural upbringing in a multicultural place like the Bay Area, which was dope. And yeah, man, it was lit. I went to a I went to an all Jewish middle school, which was a crazy time in my life, where everyone was getting bar mitzvahed every weekend, and every Saturday we were lit. We were we were throwing down at
But
the
misfits every
in
week.
every weekend, man. Still the party height of my life. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Yo,
since I was about seventh, eighth grade, I've been rapping, doing music.
cool. So like your family, are they like opposed to you doing it, or it's like you guys are very into the culture itself, and or you come from a musical household?
Yeah, not really a musical household, but my mom is an artist,
Oh,
so she really supported my creativity and like helped foster it when I was young. And my dad is a teacher; he teaches astronomy, so
cool.
he was always like doing like lectures and stuff. I would see him on stage, so I think in a weird way, like them, obviously they're they got their paranoia because they're Jewish parents,
Parents.
and they're like, especially when they see some dude slap a graph out my hands, hella bro, like, you know what I
Like,
mean? They're
oh
like,
shit.
what are you doing? Of a pandemic, he's so close to your face, you're gonna get COVID. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they've been really supportive, and I can't complain about that.
That's dope. So you had a bar mitzvah then, right? You had
Yeah,
to. How was that? I wanna.
my
I wish I had a fucking bar mitzvah. I just want one. It just seems so damn fun. How was
and
that?
it's not too late for you, Fit. I'm gonna come out there. Iron Solomon could be the rabbi. We'll
Right. Let's get it, man. I want a fucking bar mitzvah.
like Drake in that music video.
Right.
Um,
Is it as fun as it seems? Because I've
yeah,
never been to one.
no stereotype, but my parents kind of went the cheap route. Like all my homies were getting the Hilton Hotel bar mitzvah, and my shit was at a rec center with my mom. My mom cooked the pasta herself. You know what I mean? There wasn't anything expensive going down. But one of my homies reminded me that I think that's one of the ways I really started rapping is that folks were hiring me to MC their bar mitzvahs because I was kind of like the class clown.
What?
I would do like little rhymes about people. I would like as a seventh grader, I would do like little rhymes talking about people, like why they were a good friend and shit. And that's the origin, baby. That's where
Straight out of the bar mitzvah.
Some people battle on the street corners. I came out the bar mitzvah.
That's dope. I mean, I've actually emceed shit like that too. I emceed like my cousin's Sweet 16 and stuff like that. Like a little part of me always wanted to do. I just wanted to be seen, man. I always was like, yo, man, I'm fucking dope. I could rap. I'm gonna show everybody I could do it. So any little opportunity that I had to like show people I could rap, I was definitely doing it.
Yeah.
MCing Sweet 16s, rapping in school and shit. Even though like I think that's how I realized I wanted to rap, and I was like, yo, fuck everybody. Like I was in second grade. I never forget it. I was writing raps instead of like anything else. I wasn't paying attention, and then my teacher's like, well, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And I'm just like writing raps and stuff. And she was like, oh, why don't you share what you're doing with. She thought I was writing notes like across the room, but I definitely wasn't doing that. So she was like, why don't you share with the rest of the class what you're doing? And I was like, hell yeah, let's get it. I went in front of the class, I started rapping and shit, everybody's clapping, and she was pissed because that's not what she had in mind. She was like, nah.
You dirtied her? You had personals on her?
Nah, I wish I did. I'd be like, oh, because she was ugly too. Shout out to Miss Robinson too. She was an ugly lady, man. But she was cool as fuck.
What was your like transition into battling? Like did you see yourself as like only a musician and it just kind of happened randomly, or you were always like kind of built for it?
I never saw myself being in an industry of battle rap, right? But obviously anybody who makes music comes across most of the people in my neighborhood, it would always be like that opportunity to battle somebody from another neighborhood or something like that, because especially being a female rapper on my block too, it's like any other girl that raps, they're like, oh, Ms.Fit, like she's the threat, you better battle her, or you know what I mean. But mostly I always had to battle guys because there wasn't even many girls doing it, you know? Because I can remember younger, I probably battled one female throughout the entire time. But everybody else was like dudes, you know what I mean? I would battle guys during lunch period where they'd be like, all right, cool, we're battling fourth period. You better bring it. And I'd be fucking writing like quick bars and I'd be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna smoke them. And then I would smoke them, you know what I mean? But battle rap itself, I didn't really consider doing battle rap until Cortez got involved in it. And that's the honest truth, because we were always doing music, you know, myself and my rap group in the neighborhood. We put out mixtapes, and, you know, the neighborhood just loved us. And, you know, we did open mics and
Cortez was in that rap group.
Yes, yeah. We've been Murder Ave.
What were you called, Murder Ave back then?
Yeah, facts. It originates from Myrtle Avenue, right?
Yeah. How old were y'all?
Well, I was always the youngest, and I could think back from Murder Ave as far back as probably like rapping, I would say like 13.
Oh my god, bro! I need the cartoon fictionalized version of you and Cortez as little kids rapping as Murder.
We got tapes, man. We got footage of that shit. Like, that shit's all documented. Yeah, it's just we have it on literal tapes.
Advice exclusive.
Yeah, facts. So yeah, we did shit like that. But as far as like Murder Ave, we've been in that group, I want to say, since as long as we were able to go outside. Because I could remember being like 10, being in this group. You know what I mean? Because it was not a rap group. It was like just a group. Like, like we hang out together, we fight together, we do everything together. And then little pieces started happening, like Cortez started rapping, like he was rapping on his own, and then I was rapping on my own, and then we were all kind of like, oh shit, like we all rap, like let's fucking make a group. And then it kind of transformed from Myrtle Ave to Murder Ave, and that's kind of how that happened. But yeah, I didn't.
Y'all hit puberty and started catching bodies, and then
Yeah, we
everything.
started like catching bodies, and it was like, all right, cool, man, let's get it popping. Yeah, and then he started doing the battle rap on like Fight Club and shit like that, and we would always go support him. And then I was just like, yo, Court, ain't no females doing this shit. Like I could chop some bitches down. And then he was actually like, yo, man, holla at my boy Poison Pen, and he'll definitely put you on, no problem. So I think I remember linking up with Penn in front of his crib, like around Nostrand in Brooklyn. I rapped like a 16. He was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna book you. Versus QB like next week type shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and I was like, all right, and that was my first battle versus QB. Yeah,
It's crazy. All these fools are like doing the Crucible and like making home movies and sending them online, and all you had to do is just pull up to
pull
this
up. Yeah,
doorstep and
facts.
put 'em
Like, yo, I got raps. Nah, real shit, real shit. And yeah, man, I loved rapping on Grind Time. It was fun. It was always fun. Every time it was like a whole experience. You go there, everybody's having a good time. You rap, you win, you leave. And then Queen of the Ring really just kind of blew it up for me. Where I was like, damn, I could do this to make money. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
cause it's dope. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a little bit of me. But do you have any battles booked?
No, no battles booked. They were trying to get some for me on this finals card that happened this weekend,
Hmm.
but it was too short notice. We couldn't get anything. But I think the next King of the Dot event, we're gonna try and get something big cooking.
Dope, dope. So in the chat they asked Frak, would you battle a female, a woman?
Yeah, I would. I would. I mean, it would be scary as fuck creatively. You know what I mean? Like it'd be hard. You know what I mean? But what's her name? Yoshi tweeted me saying she wanted to battle me. I think that'd be like a hilarious style clash that no one would see coming.
Yeah, that'd
Um,
be funny.
but yeah, I love watching women battle, man. I think since you versus official, what's it called? This battle this weekend, RX versus Gaddis was like one of my favorite women battles like ever. Like
So
they both bugged out.
I gotta watch it, man. I fucking missed it. I was mad as fuck. But I know somebody who has the footage. I'm probably gonna watch it after this. But I heard they both showed out. Shout out to Gaddis and RX. Both of them is the homies. But I told Gaddis I might have to smoke her soon. She can't be coming off retirement.
That's the matchup right there. Like I don't give a fuck. Like that like both of y'all have a very crazy energy that
Hmm.
would.
And a very similar career upbringing, ironically,
Mhm.
because actually France brought this to my attention, but we both came from Grind Time, over the Queen of the Ring, over the URL. Um,
That dude's battle rap Nardwar. He's got all the receipts.
Yo, he is, man. That guy is fucking awesome. He got all the facts. If I need to fact check something, I just Google. He's my battle rap Google. Um, and then we both went on a 5-year hiatus, came back, killed shit. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think eventually
And
it kind of makes sense.
stylistically too, like both of y'all are very personal attacks mixed with like really good like rapping and like rhyme structure. I think that'd be a really good matchup.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep, yep. So we'll see. We see what that brings. You know what I'm saying? You mentioned there's some Latino in you, some in there. You speak Spanish?
Un
Un
poquito.
poquito. All right, so I usually do Spanish word of the day, so I'm definitely gonna ask you for the Spanish word of the day since you're a guest on the show. So, Frank, what is your Spanish word of the day? So,
Any word?
so any Spanish word is to educate the chat and teach them Spanish day by day, and then
Mm,
just tell them the word, what it means, and how you use it in a sentence.
okay, I would say today's Spanish word of the day is we'll go with seco. You know what
Okay,
seco is?
sounds dry.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
seco is a double entendre. One is the word, it means dry, and the other is my favorite Peruvian dish. I gotta shout out my ancestors. It's like this like chicken in green sauce. It's really not seco. It's actually mojado. It's like really wet chicken. I don't know why they call it seco, but it's like chicken dipped in like cilantro blended sauce. It's like my favorite food in the world.
I'm gonna check that out. Cool. So seco means dry, but also a good ass Peruvian dish.
Yes,
Nice.
some Spanish battle rapper can use that as a bar, that double meaning right there.
Right? I'm like seco, cause you dry.
Hey, you know, there's like a huge Spanish battle rap scene in like Mexico and Argentina and shit.
Yeah. I've actually. Well, I saw the Red Bull thing that they had going on. I'm like, all these battle rappers, what the hell's going on? Why haven't they called me? No.
Yeah, for real. But there's this dude, Juan Ortey, who's kind of like he's like the bridge. He like is a journalist, and he retweeted the fucking graph thing,
Mm.
and it ended up going like more viral than it did in America in Argentina because like all their battle rappers like because in Argentina like the biggest rappers are battle rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like many places like
Like
Korea,
many, yeah.
like they all their biggest rappers are the ones who battle each other. And this dude Papo, who's like the biggest Argentinian battle rapper, apparently he retweeted it and said something like "cabron Frak" or something like that, and like, it
That's
went
fire.
super viral. So shout out! I have like a bunch of Argentinian fans on Twitter now, so shout out all of them.
That's fucking dope as shit. That's fire. Why do you think that is though? Like we spoken about that on the show before. Like, why is it that in the United States, battle rappers are always seen to be not worthy of being industry artists, but in other places, the battle rappers are the most successful industry artists? I don't get it.
Yeah, that is like a philosophical, sociological question that I could hear a whole essay on. Because, like, really, I think a lot of it is like the proper branding hasn't been put behind battle rap on a large scale. I think a lot of it has to do with like US's culture's ideas around politeness. You know what I mean, and like censorship
Mm-hmm.
and like the stuff that gets publicized on big streaming is like shit that can be for all audiences. But I think that's starting to change now with HBO Max and Netflix. And like, I honestly am hopeful, like, especially this Caffeine and Twitch, both of these deals,
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm hopeful that battle rap is trending in that direction because, like, I think they've tried it with Total Slaughter and they just kind of failed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they just didn't do the research about the culture. But I think it's completely possible. Like a good example is like the Netflix show that they did with Chance and Cardi. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Um.
the it was like a rap show on Netflix.
Yes.
Um, and there was
Yeah.
a battling part of it, and like I could see that happening for battlers, especially the ones who can make music too. You know what I mean? Like I
Mm-hmm.
could see that happening, like a fully formed show like that. But I think in other places it's just more acceptable to like it's more entertaining to cuss someone out and like like
And
that's
here
like
it's
what
like
yeah.
explicit, like not. It's too much type shit.
Hmm.
That's a good point. Valid. Appreciate that. Cause yeah, I always think about it and I'll be like, damn. Like I wish me and Math was talking about it on the show, and his son he hates that shit. You know what I mean? He's like, yo man, what the fuck? I go to freaking, you see in New Zealand, the biggest artists are like the rappers, but yet they want to keep battle rappers in this like box and shit. So it's like, I do see great things now, like you said with Caffeine, and kind of making it more. I don't want to say commercial, but more. I can't find the right word for it, but
Accessible. It's like yeah,
accessible.
it's like
Yeah,
it's something that like people on Twitch who are just gamers are tuning in like, "Oh,
right,
I get it." Like they're rapping at each other, you know what I mean? Like
right.
it just makes sense. It's something that should be accessible. And I honestly want to give flowers to Math for doing the shit with Method Man and oh boy from whoever
Oh,
it was,
Nicky Jam.
Nicky
Right,
Jam
yeah.
and all that shit because I feel like me as someone who's kind of starting to be in the music industry and make connections like with people in the music world, like all rappers do in the music industry watch all day is watch battles. You know what I mean? Like
Facts.
it's like what they do, but it's competitive. It's like it's like the sports of what they do. You know what I mean? And they get it because they rhyme like us, but they're like, oh shit, these guys are really going at it, and they're super inspired by it. Like
Mm-hmm.
most of them are that I've met are like super tuned in, and I think that's really fire. And I think there's way more room in the future to combine battling and in the music industry in creative ways. And I think Math like found a really good way.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Shout out to Legends Only. Because that was super dope. Him and Meth, him and Nicky Jam, especially exposing Nicky Jam to the battle rap culture where people kind of were unfamiliar, which is crazy because he's such a huge artist. But I mean, it is what it is. But shout out to Nicky Jam, man. He was like one of my freaking famous Latino artists ever. So it was like an honor to meet him, be in his house, and
He killed it too.
he killed it. Yeah. Nah,
Math.
he definitely beat Math. He definitely beat Math. Math knows it. Nah, he definitely beat Math.
Tell Math to set up me versus Lil Dicky. You know what I'm
Lil
saying?
Dicky, heard. I'm gonna definitely throw the bug in his ear, man. But man, yo, thank you for coming through, bro. Anything you want to promote, want to put out there, shout out the socials, let them know what's next, and you know what they could be looking forward to.
Yeah, no, any battle fans in here, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Frak the Person. I'm constantly making fun of battle rappers and posting funny shit, so you definitely want to tune in.
Yes.
And no, just check out the album, The B-List Celebrities. I'm going to be releasing a lot more music this year, and definitely going to try and do like a couple of those hit list battles we talked about. Like I want to be active as a battle rapper this year if I can be. And yeah, if you want to support me and feel like I got robbed for 50K, cop a B-List Celebrity t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? We got the Macaulay Culkin, the Aubrey Plaza, the Rick Moranis, the Judge Judy. So yeah, frakmusic.com if you want to support. But appreciate you, Fit, for giving me the platform.
Nah, man, thank you for coming through. Appreciate it. If y'all want him to get that 50K, you know that he clearly got jerked up. Support his line. Go to frakmusic.com. Check him out. Thanks a lot.
Shout out to Sane and Marv though, because I don't know.
Shout out to Sane. Yeah.
Hey, I don't know if I would have had the fucking like stamina to last as long as they did and bring so much quality. Like I'm happy with this parallel universe where I can pretend like I could have gotten it, but I didn't have to do any of the work. You know what I mean?
As I said, the universe works in mysterious ways, man. This, getting jerked actually came out to be good for you, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's a blessing in itself. So and you would never think so. Someone saying, hey, somebody got jerked, but it gave you tons of exposure and it allow people to see all your work, you know what I mean, which is great, you know what I mean, so that's dope. Definitely appreciate you coming through. This episode would definitely be dropping on YouTube, so watch out for that if you couldn't catch the live stream. All right, my boy, I'ma holla. Oh, we gotta do a skit.
Oh hell yeah! No, I'm already on one. Like when I come out to the East Coast post fucking vaccine, I'm definitely trying to like link with like you, Math, Iron Solomon, all my people out there, and do some funny like East Coast versus West Coast type of skit. So
we have to.
Let's get it.
All right, man. Thanks for coming here. Take care.
Much love.
Holla. All right, y'all. So that was Frak the Person in the building, aka Frak Hoffa. Hope y'all enjoyed the interview, man. Let me know what y'all think. What up? How y'all feeling in the chat? Let me show some love. Where the prop gang at? I ain't see y'all. Y'all looking real shy on the props, man. I'm putting out. Listen. I'm putting out fire content. Y'all will hold me down. Hold it down. Prop gang, where y'all at? Where is y'all at on the map? Hey. Don Juan, Southside DC. Thanks for showing love, baby. Hold it down. Pop gang. Woo, woo. I like nasty hoes. I like fucking models out they fancy clothes. I lied. I like popping bottles. I like nasty hoes. I like fucking But nah, man, what y'all, how y'all feel about that? Let me get some feedback. What y'all think about the interviews? What y'all want to see more of on the show? Definitely got more ideas that's coming through, man. The shit is truly inspiring. You know what I mean? Inspiring. I know a lot of people been asking me, yo, Fit, when you gonna battle? When's the next battle? Yo, keep tight, cause it's gonna happen. I'm definitely gonna smoke somebody boots. It's gonna happen. But thanks, y'all. Cashmere, appreciate the love. Stewie Griffin, appreciate the love. Outspoken, thanks a lot, y'all. It's truly a pleasure. It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to be up here with y'all, live and direct. But if y'all didn't catch the live, make sure y'all go on the YouTube channel, Ms.Fit, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so y'all can get all the notifications on the new things. Not only that, I dropped Iron Solomon episode today, which is truly fire. He dropped so many gems, yo. He dropped so many gems. Like, if you ever wanted to pursue business or anything like that, that boy Iron Solomon is a book of knowledge, man. The guy is super dope. So check out that interview. It's 2 hours of fire content. Not one question was a whack question. Everything had a purpose. So y'all really gotta check that out. You know what I mean? Safety Andy, one of my YouTube kings. What's up? Thanks for coming on over from YouTube. I did want to get y'all feedback. I started off in YouTube, and I wanted to know, why y'all enjoy the YouTube streams more than the caffeine streams, because I fuck with the streams. You know what I mean? Like, it's truly dope up here. You know what I mean? You get to be creative and do all the fancy shit. I like it. My YouTube name is Ms.Fit, MsDotFit. I'm on caffeine every Sunday and Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And it's, I believe, 5 p.m. to my Cali folks, I believe Pacific time. But yo, check that out. Always and forever. Always and forever. It is. I hope I have earned the privilege of your time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. This is Ms.Fit, Murdav Gang. This is my dumb advice. Bow. Let's get it. Hey, yo, what's good? Ms.Fit, Murdav Gang. This is my dumb advice. Bow.
Here it is, www.cancercancershop.com. This is for all the people that suffered from cancer or the loved ones that you've lost or your friends. Purchase your shirts today, www.cancercancershop.com.